Fox 13's Good Day. Local for you all morning long.
This week, Colorado State Representative Patrick Neville introduced a bill that would allow guns in Colorado schools. Neville is a survivor of the Columbine High School shooting. He says more of his friends would still be alive today if more good people had guns. The bill would allow teachers with concealed weapons permits to carry weapons while on school grounds. You know, this happens far too often in a school, in a movie theater. Someone pulls a gun and they just start shooting. They call it an active shooter. And in just a few minutes, a person's life is gone, or it's certainly changed forever. Law enforcement, local law enforcement, trains for this, and they changed how they train thanks to that one scenario, that one horrible tragedy we were just talking about. Take a look. When you think of an active shooter situation, this one comes to mind. The Columbine High School shooting in 1999. For law enforcement, Columbine changed everything.
Before it was considered a tactical situation, active shooter, tactical, which means you let the people who train for tactical scenarios to come respond to that type of situation, which in essence meant a SWAT team, some type of tactical unit. And after Columbine, you want to talk about a change. Now we've changed to where everyone's become a tactical deputy officer, that you get there as fast as you can, and you get in there and stop that threat. Our main focus is to stop that threat and preserve life.
Door right, door left. Got it.
And that's why they train at the Walter C. Heinrich Practical Training Site in Lithia. Hillsborough County deputies train for active shooter scenarios. This building is used in training for every deputy. The walls can be moved, the rooms changed. No deputy will ever have the same scenario. Even experienced deputies come back here to train.
No matter what equipment we give the deputies, what kind of guns we give them, what kind of ammo we give them, it's still a human being operating that weapon. And we have to train that person. And the way we do it is we expose them to as many different situations as we can. So while they're going through that training process, it gives their mind to formulate that plan. So when they get to an active situation, they can go, yeah, I've seen that before, or I've seen something similar to that.
No one wants another Columbine, Sandy Hook, or San Bernardino. The reality, though, is that it will happen again. And these Hillsborough deputies must be ready for it. So much to think about in very little time.
Who's the good guys? Who's the bad guys? Who has weapons? Who doesn't have weapons? Who's your shooter? How many bad guys are there? You're processing this information as you're trying to get as quick and expeditiously as you can to go stop that shooter.
Another thing to think about here is the amount of time involved. An active shooter can be in, do their damage, then be out, or kill themselves in just a matter of minutes. And while law enforcement will get there eventually, what can we do to protect ourselves if we're ever stuck there? And we're going to talk about that tomorrow. When do you run? When do you hide? And worst case, when do you fight? We'll be talking about that with Major Chad and Sergeant Corrales tomorrow.
You know, it's a fascinating story. We're both sitting here watching it, and I said to you, I said, I'm glad they train for this, but it's unfortunate that they need to.
Yeah, sure is.
You know what I mean?
Sure is.
So